That's a nice approach to the castle, isn't it? A little bit of a breeze today, but not too bad. Welcome everyone to another episode of The Bright Side. Today we are here at Tintagel Castle. It's been a long time since I've been to Tintagel. I would say somewhere in the region of maybe 20 years. So I can't wait to see sort of like the differences. I know there's a new footpath now that leads over to the island, which opened up in 2019. I obviously haven't seen any of that. And there is a statue on, like, I believe the far end of the island, which is like a new, become like a famous statue. So let's go check it out. So, Tintagel Castle. Tintagel was an important citadel and port between the 5th and 7th centuries AD and was probably the seat of Cornish kings. Later abandoned, the site became well known in the 12th century when Geoffrey of Monmouth wrote his History of the Kings of Britain, telling of the legend of how an ancient king, Arthur, was conceived at Tintagel. A century later, Richard, Earl of Cornwall, built a medieval castle, choosing the site because of its links to Cornish kings and the stories of Arthur. So this is cool. So here we are. So we've just walked down from the village, and that's where we are. Now that fork in the road, now we're going to take the right hand side because that's going to take us down to like the beach area. There's some bathrooms down here, baby change, etc. And then we should be able to get to Merlin's cave because the lady was saying that the tide is out. So then what we would do then is obviously come back up then, or whichever way, to get to the ruined castle. Oh, maybe we'll go that way because that's like the mainland castle there. Yeah, so we'll come back up here. Okay, I'm waffling now. Shelley and the kids have abandoned me. They've walked on. You can see how rugged it is again here up on the North Cornish coast. We were at Boscastle yesterday. First time I've ever visited Boscastle. Very, very beautiful, rugged coast. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to see that video. And of course our camping video, I'll leave a link in the description there because we did camp last night close to, well, I know, somewhere, where were we? St. Teth, I think. Yeah. I always want to say St. Teeth because it's kind of spelt St. Teeth. But that would sound ridiculous, St. Teeth. So I think it's St. Teth. If my bearings are correct on the map, that's the mainland part of the castle before it would then lead over to the island. Refuel at the cafe. So we've got the cafe here, Beach Cafe it's called. I can't pronounce it in Cornish because I can't speak Cornish, which is a shame. I've said that before in a video, it is a shame because I am Cornish and I can't speak my own language. But hey-ho. And we've got the shop and exhibition, which isn't open yet. We are slightly early. The castle itself doesn't open until 10 o'clock, and it's around about 9:30 now. So there it is, we're standing on this overlook. And there is Merlin's cave. So the tide is out, so it's obviously a tidal cave, so you couldn't go down there when the tide was in. Oh, and look, right above us, look. That's that bridge, built in 2019. Right, so you can either go up that way and across to the island, but we're not going to do that just now. We are going to go down this way. Right, Tilly, just be careful because it's a little bit treacherous. Hold my hand. That's it. And we're going to go down these steps and go on down to the beach and look in Merlin's cave. Tintagel Haven, I assume that's the name of the beach. So the usual warnings, because beware of tides, beware uneven surfaces, blah blah blah. Yeah, and of course the crumbly cliff sign is over there in the centre of frame, so, you know, always be cautious. I assume this like metal stairs have replaced that structure, because you've got some old stairs there with like the old footings of you know, like guardrails. So maybe there was a different way up before. Yeah, let's see, that's like poured concrete, look. So that would have been part of the old structure, which is no more. So then we've got this one. Right, Tilly, just be careful here because your rocks, it's all uneven, okay? You good? Yeah. Happy face. Well, this beach is very, very nice. So I think I'm right in calling it Tintagel Haven. Was that the name of it? I think it was. Look at the colour of that sea, it's beautiful. Yeah, and there's Merlin's cave. I'll have a little look. Don't know how deep it goes in. I can't remember. I don't think I've ever been in. I don't remember going in there when I was last at Tintagel. I don't know.
It's dark.
It is dark. And because it's so bright today, the contrast is evident. All right, entering Merlin's cave. So again, this is a tidal cave, so you wouldn't want to be in here when the tide is in. Oh wow, look at it. Oh, it looks like it goes right through. I see more light over there. Oh yeah. Huh. Wow, look at that. Very cool. So if this is a tidal cave, I think it's unlikely that Merlin sort of lived in here, don't you think? Because you wouldn't be able to live in here, would you, if it was tidal? You hear all those pigeons up in the roof of the cave. So the pigeons obviously live in here. Looks like the water level would come up to sort of there-ish maybe. Because that bit is damp and that bit is drier up there. So that's presumably where the level is. I was going to walk through the length of the cave, but actually it's quite wet in the middle and you know, like tide pools. So I would say I would be getting very wet feet, which I don't want. So I'm going to come back this side. I don't know where Matilda went. She's around somewhere. She's a free spirit. Well, she's probably with Shelley, because she's out here with AJ somewhere. Right, it's time to head back up for our 10 o'clock admission time into the castle. I'm excited for this. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've been to Tintagel. Can't wait. Heading up to the castle. It's a very large hotel. I assume it's a hotel, just kind of up there on the headland. Alright, so we've pre-booked, so we'll bring it up on the mobile phone and they'll scan us in. That was all easy. We are members of English Heritage, so we just blipped our way in, and that's it. Also picked up the guidebook because I do tend to collect those, you know, places we go. Little information placard here saying that this is the Gatehouse Courtyard. So let's have a little look down here and see what view we have. There we are. There's our view. Out down toward that little cove. What was it called? Tintagel Haven, I think, where Merlin's cave was, or is. Tintagel Castle is one of 4 Norman-era castles in Cornwall. One is Restormal. I can't think what the other 2 are, but we do intend to visit all 4 of them, so this is going to be the first one that we visit on the channel. Might make a separate playlist for it, you know, like Norman castles, why not? It might take a little bit of time to go to all these castles because most of them are in the northern part of the county, so obviously for us being down in Penzance, a bit of a drive. Let's go up this like rampart. Oh, it's a bit uneven. I think Matilda's followed me. You alright? Yeah, you good? Just watch your footing because it's not even. And there we go. Oh yeah, look at that for a view. As always, it helps when you've got a beautiful blue sky. Yeah. So standing on this rampart, obviously that's the bridge over to the island, but what we're going to do, I think first, is go up into that higher area. I can't remember what it was called, but we'll find out. Actually, Shelley's just told me that it's very beautiful on this side as well. Oh wow, look at that down there. Yeah. Again, that's the island to our right. And, well, I say an island, I think it is connected by a very narrow isthmus. But there we go, look at that. So that would be looking... Hang on a minute, let me get my bearings. That would be looking south, wouldn't it? I think. I don't know. I think that's south. I'll find out. Yes, that's looking south. Right, so this is the upper Mainland courtyard. Tilly's got point. Hey! Right, so that's looking down on the Gatehouse Courtyard. And we're up here now in the upper courtyard.
Hi,
very cool.
Can you film my
Oh! So the upper courtyard, soon after this part of the castle was built, the sea cliff to your right collapsed, taking part of the medieval wall with it. The new wall built to replace it included 2 latrines that projected over the cliff edge, suggesting that this area contained accommodation for either guests or the castle garrison. Oh right. The low grass-covered walls on a different alignment in the front of you are probably the remains of buildings dating from the 5th and 6th centuries AD. Part of a Dark Age settlement. Alright. So what you got, Tilly?
A tiny map.
Ah.
And then inside.
Yeah.
Then...
The nice lady at the front gave you that, didn't she? Ooh, let's have a let me help because it's a bit windy, isn't it? Well, it's not windy, but... Oh yes, it's like a... Yeah, so we... Oops. We are right there by my thumb. And in a minute we're going to cross that bridge over to the island, aren't we?
Cool.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you for that, Tilly. Well, Tilly seems very taken by this castle. But then, you know, how cool are castles? I know this one's ruined. I assume out of the 4 I mentioned... Well, no, I only mentioned Restormal, but out of the 4 Norman-era castles, I believe this is the most ruined of them. But yeah, kind of neat. It's like a little recess here. I wonder if this is like the latrine bit they were talking about. No, I think that was further down. This is the older section that didn't collapse, I believe. Alright, nice one. I see you through there. AJ's joined us now. Let's go back in here. What do you think, AJ? Do you like it? Do you like the view? Yeah? Mama Bear and Tata thinks that mermaids live down in there. Oh, you've gone. Okay. Right, okay. Excellent. Look at that wall. It's just the way it was all like slotted together. Amazing how long that's been here. Matilda's found some steps. There we go. I didn't see those actually on my way up. That was the old way up. You had to clamber up that old path, which was very steep and not the most pleasant of experiences, but now they've built that bridge, which is awesome. Back down in the Gatehouse Courtyard, and we're going to cross the bridge. I think Shellbell's named it the Sky Bridge. I don't think it's actually called the Sky Bridge, but that's
so
what we're...
AJ could understand sort of how high it was.
Oh, I see. You called it Sky Bridge for AJ, yeah. Okay, well, let's get crossing. Right, making our way across. Let's hope it doesn't wobble. That's a heck of a view. Look at that. And the view from the other side. Well, it doesn't wobble. Feels very stable. Hope it stays that way because there's a lot of people on this bridge. Actually, look at the floor. It's like made out of like slates. That's interesting. So it's not like paved as such. Alright, almost across. 19th century gateway and wall. So I think this was probably built by the Victorians just to kind of, you know, because of the legend that was King Arthur. I think it's supposed to be one of the most photographed doors in Cornwall. Alright, so we're in the Great Hall, or what would have been the Great Hall, and there's like an artist's impression of it. It's pretty impressive. Alright, so this is all the remnant of the Great Hall. That's quite impressive. Difficult to imagine it, really, isn't it? Obviously, these slabs aren't original; they're just for our benefit. But yeah, very difficult to imagine what it would have been like in its heyday. Very sensible. Do not climb on the walls. Yeah, it's down there. Should we have a little look? Wow, that would have made for a phenomenal view. It's a phenomenal view now. But imagine looking out at that from the Great Hall. These are your walls, your outside, your external walls of the Great Hall. I can only assume maybe a window? I don't know, maybe not a window, maybe it's just a collapsed piece of wall, but it's a phenomenal view regardless. It's a very cool window, isn't it?
Yeah.
Up these steps because I see another information placard. So that yellow wall there corresponds with that one straight ahead. It says a complicated ruin. The ruins in front of you are the remains of a series of successive halls and service buildings that once stood at the centre of the castle. How about that? The original Great Hall was built in about 1230. Alright, 20 metres long. 20 metres, what's that, about 60 feet? Alright. A very cool door that we're gonna walk through. What do you think, Tilly? Do you like that? Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
Got to be careful on the toward the edges because it's a bit of a drop. Oh, it's not too bad. There's a fence down there, so actually if you rolled down there you would just hit the fence. Okay, good to know. Excavations and discoveries. This small hut was built for the site custodian shortly after excavations on the headland were completed in the 1930s. Huh. There you go, that's what that small hut is. Some more remnants there, obviously a doorway in. Obviously what was a step. AJ looks very tired. But then after all our walking yesterday, I'm not surprised he's tired. We've checked out ruins before, haven't we? We've gone to like places like Chysauster and whatnot. So I'll leave a couple of links in the description if you want to see some of our videos of some like the ruined sites. Obviously Chysauster's a lot older than this, but I'll leave a link. This was the book that we picked up at the front. This cost £6, but because we're members, I think we had like 60p off or something. But yeah, just a history of it. It's obviously got a map and whatnot, and some artist impressions of what it used to look like. Oh, look, some sheep. But there's like an artist impression of that main courtyard area. It's kind of interesting. Heading up this set of steps to higher ground. Let's see what we got up here. Again, that coast is so dramatic. Beautiful. You can see why the kings of old built a castle up here, can't you? Imagine looking out on that every day. Little placard there saying that You can see Tintagel village up there. And actually there's a name. What's the name of that? Camelot Court Hotel. Oh, Camelot Castle Hotel. Completed in 1899. Camelot Castle Hotel. Is that one up there? Alright, now we know. Alright, carrying on up to even higher ground. I don't know where Shelley and AJ are, but I'm sure they'll catch us up. Biodiversity at Tintagel. Obviously they're explaining about all the different plants and wild flowers that grow here. So I think we're pretty much on the tippy top, almost. Again, looking back at that view, wow. More wall remnants there. Old buildings, long gone. Right, gonna get a good view up here. There's a sign warning us that it's a sheer drop, so we won't get too close for obvious reasons, because we don't want to go down there. But what a view. Yeah, wow, look at that. Looks at the village of Tintagel over there. And obviously looking along the coast, look at that, wow. How beautiful is that? Ah, so the Dark Age building, so this is an older site, the Northern Ruins. When this area was cleared by Raleigh Radford's workmen in the 1930s, they found the walls of several simple buildings. We do not know the date of these structures, but they probably form part of a Dark Age settlement. Alright, nice. So these walls predate the Norman-built castle here at Tintagel. Look at that. So this is more 4th, 5th centuries AD, so again Dark Age. Yeah, like I said, a room with a view. Imagine if this was like your dwelling. Or these series of buildings. Imagine if this was your home and you came out of your door here. Imagine walking out of your door. Let's go in a minute and turn around. So we're in our little house. Let's assume it's a house for a minute. And we walk out our door and we see this. Wow. So that's that view. Let's see. It's just out to sea, isn't it? Let's walk this way. Okay, not a sheer drop, but even so, I still wouldn't want to go tumbling off down there, because who say you would stop before you get to there, and then you would fall off. That would be highly uncomfortable. Look at that rock there with the hole in it. That's weird. It's a slab of stone with that hole. Looks like it's been smashed. This sort of thing blows my mind. I love this sort of history, be it medieval, ancient. Like I said, it's just it's like the remnants of what was. It's very interesting. Well, I find it interesting anyway. There are lots of people out there that wouldn't find this interesting, but okay, we are now gonna walk around the perimeter of the island and actually get up to the statue. And I don't know when that statue was put there, but I know that it is relatively new. I've never seen the statue before. I assume it's of King Arthur, so we'll go and find that. It's just up there. Right, our path is going to get a whole lot more rugged now, because we are now going to clamber up rock.
Rock by rock.
Rock by rock, that's right. Well, looking at the crowds congregating around that statue, we'll be lucky to get the perfect shot of that statue, but we'll do our best. We've just found this like little cave. I wonder what it would have been in the day. Maybe like a store? Maybe? Oh yeah, it's been hollowed out. This has been made. You can see that it's not natural. So, and it's, there is writing on the floor.
Can you read?
DW MC68. I don't know if that's 1968 or someone's nickname, I don't know. But yeah, this is definitely man-made. Look at this. Probably storage, I would have thought. Maybe something like that, because it's quite cool in here. Alright, that was super interesting. Heading back out. Just looking back on that coast. Where we just were, that cliff rather. Another sheer drop warning here, so best be careful. And there he is. There is our King Arthur statue. I've seen it in pictures, but I've never seen it in person. That's very cool. Well, they're inside the statue. Very cool. I think the kids certainly like that. It's a very cool statue. I like it. Very impressive in person. And that's a view looking in the other direction. Look at that island out there. Yeah, there's a well. There you go. So if you need a drink, you know where to come. Right at the tippy top we've come across some more remnants. I think the picture over here looks like it's going to be a church, like an old... Let's have a look. Yeah. That's an artist's impression. There we go. The chapel ruins sit on the... Oh, hang on AJ, I can't read it. Where did I get to? Earlier buildings that formed a part of the Dark Age settlement. A small doorway on this southern side was blocked when the larger entrance porch was built at the west end. Okay. Cool. Alright, this is... there's a helicopter flying right overhead. Look at that. So it's like the far end of the church. I won't lift the camera too much because there's some kids there, but that will be the altar. I assume that will be the altar, wouldn't it? Yeah. And there's a remnant of your chapel where people would come on in and congregate. Now that's a cool view. So that's the mainland part of the castle there, the upper courtyard I think it was called, and the Gatehouse Courtyard. There's the bridge coming over to the island what we're on, and right there is the remnant of the Great Hall. Wow, that's a view. Alright. You know, it wasn't a bad little sized settlement. There's like buildings everywhere up here on the top. It's amazing. I wonder how many people lived up here. You know, like in the Dark Ages prior to the Norman castle being built down there. Yeah. Helicopter's gonna land, I would say. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah. Again, that's looking down on like a Victorian build. I think, again, like I said earlier in the video, I assume the Victorians built that just as a, you know, why not? You know what Victorians were like. Right, we're heading out now, we're done. Heading out via the Great Hall. Alright, back across the bridge. Heading out. We're going to leave the video there. What a fantastic place to visit. I highly recommend making the effort to get to Tintagel Castle. There's not much there. It's obviously a ruined castle. That is its official status, but it is still fascinating nonetheless. And the scenery, you know, looking over the cliffs, absolutely phenomenal. Do all the usual YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We are on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at The Brightside, so check us out there. So from us to you, cheers and gone. Maybe we should have got the Land Rover up here because, you know, it's quite warm and this is a steep hill, darn it.